Welcome to the Harper-Tech Academy. This mix directly ties into temperature checks, the HACCP introduction, and if you're having your dinner right now, then I probably wouldn't watch this because this is all about identifying contaminated foods, and we've got some really yummy food there. Not really. I bet you can't wait to get into this one, identifying contaminated food. We're actually going to look at a definition of food spoilage. We're then going to look at the types of food spoilage and common causes of food spoilage. And then we're actually going to get into the photos of meat, fish, and dairy. Can't wait. Well, the definition is fairly simple. Undesirable deterioration of food quality that may result in the changes in odor, taste, and appearance of food. There are two different types of food spoilage. We're looking at microbial, which compromises bacteria, yeast, and mold, and non-microbial could be physical hazards like foreign materials, glass, or special enzymes which have gone into the food. There are certain factors for microbial food spoilage. One is the food composition, ideal source of nutrients for microbes. High protein foods are actually more at risk. The availability of water and oxygen. Temperature is also a big key, pH level, and also humidity. So this is it, the time to put your food away, some yummy photos. So let's actually look at the key signs of spoilage across everything. Odor can be one, discoloration, souring of milk, sliminess across fish, there's a whole range of things there, or gas formation, mainly in cans. I'm back. So let's actually look at the three different types of foods that are susceptible. Type 1 are the highly perishable foods, meat, milk, eggs, very high in protein, and fruit and vegetables that are also highly perishable. And let's keep going, we're almost at those yummy shots. Type 2 is semi-perishable, potato and nuts are some examples. Type 3 are stable, rice, flour, dry beans, anything that's very dry will actually last a lot longer. Alright, let's start with some yummy photos. So you'll see here we have quite a bit of molding, discoloration on the chicken breast there, a different type of mold again, and you might have cryovac bags where you actually have that gas formation happening. Some of the factors could be cutting board contamination, temperature, the delay between the storage or the distribution, and one of the really important ones for meat is the fecal contamination in the intestine which comes with the meat. So here is a table for you. You'll basically see the different types of contamination, the putrefaction, which is the odor, souring, moldy, green, slimy, and the spoilage microorganisms that go with it. I'm looking over there and you think, have I been contaminated? Well, no, I have not. So we're actually looking here, fish and egg spoilage. That hardly looks like fish. You can actually see the discoloration and also the molding. The egg there, if you've ever opened a rotten egg, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It can happen with polluted water. Human contact is a big one. Here's the table showing you fish and eggs. Again, have a look at the green rot, colorless rot, and black rot and fungal rot. Green will look very much like the fungal, it turns green. The colorless rot is the one to worry about because it's harder to pick out, and black rot's a type of microorganism that causes. Milk and dairy products are very susceptible to spoilage. You'll see here the souring of the milk. You'll also see that the molding, remembering that some cheeses are molded, some are not. Incorrect storage and poor food handling are the keys to contamination. And here's the table for milk and cheese for your reference. And fruit molding and discoloration is something that we see a lot. I've put some yummy photos there for you. You could actually see that lemon there, half good, half not, but it actually falls apart and breaks down. You'll see from this table that rot is one of those key problems for food spoilage with fruit and veg. At this point, I reckon you'd be saying this was almost as good as the food poisoning, not quite. Identifying contaminated food in a restaurant or a hotel is really important for the business and also to stop food poisoning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.